You still have us. We're still live.
We must have done that in the first segment.
We haven't cut the transmission yet. We're still live. We got through one segment. Welcome back to Condors Unleashed. Ryan Holt along with Kevin Bartle, also joined by Condors head coach Troy Mann. We're going inside the coach's corner here for the first time on Condors Unleashed.
I like it. The coach is here. Welcome, Coach.
Thanks, guys. Really good to see you guys again. I love you guys.
Do I look better with the hat on or without the hat on? Yeah, I saw your face.
It's not easy to rattle a radio guy.
I know.
But you did it. You walked right up to him and just stared. Like, I think he could feel your glare coming at him through the glass. You threw him. He looked away from the camera.
Listen, nothing rattles a radio guy more than telling him he has to go on video.
Yeah, that's true. That's
Especially myself. I'm a radio guy, true and true.
very true.
But no, welcome, Coach. I mean, we're a day and a half away from here dropping the puck. I mean, we're talking about Friday night, Condors and Eagles at Rabobank Arena. The excitement level must be boiling over down there in that locker room.
Yeah, no, guys are pretty sharp, and it's been a good week of practice. I mean, obviously we got that roster to put in today at 3 o'clock, so we still got, it's a little stressful because, not everybody's going to be part of it, and that's the worst part of the job. So we'll get that organized this afternoon, and we'll have a practice with our team tomorrow. And guys have been great. It's been a good camp, in my opinion.
How difficult is that for you as a coach? Because over the season, you bring in this big roster, and obviously we had the affiliation with the Edmonton Oilers, and we knew we were going to get guys down from Oklahoma City, so we kind of over-recruited, brought a lot of guys in. Is that kind of gone unnoticed, the difficult side of this job, in that, hey, you're bringing in guys that you thought were going to be part of this team, but for whatever reason, just isn't working out?
Well, I was always told at the ECHL level from some people that are a lot more smarter than I am to never recruit including your contracted players. And unfortunately, when you have an affiliation, that's what you have to do. And you have to prepare your rosters if you're getting nobody. And if they do send you 2, then it's 2 moves. If they send you 5, then unfortunately, 5 guys may have to go. But we are going to carry a roster here of 22 or 23. And some guys that may have been in the lineup 4 weeks ago may have to wait their turn. And as we all know in the ECHL, a lot of things happen quickly with call-ups and injuries, and guys just need to be patient and wait their turn. And when it's their turn, they got to play and be on their game, and then make the coach's decision extremely tough.
We were talking earlier in the first segment, we were talking about West Cunningham, actually. It's hard in minor league hockey to know exactly what you're getting. You can look at the stats and you can talk to the coaches. I was surprised with how physical Wes Cunningham was. We know he's an offensive defenseman, and he's going to be joining us later. Maybe he's listening right now. I'm embarrassing him. I don't know. But what's it like for a coach? I mean, there has to be almost, before camp starts and you see these guys on the ice for the first time, there has to be almost a moment of panic. What's this guy going to be like? How's he going to fit in? What are those moments like, when you get everybody in the room right before you go on the ice?
Yeah, I mean, you're absolutely right. I mean, there's always surprises. There's always guys, that may have exceeded your expectations, and then there's always guys that maybe you're expecting more. And that's just part of it, because recruiting it's not like we have a full-time scouting staff. I mean, we certainly had 3 of us pounding the phones this summer and getting as many opinions as we can. And I know me personally, I always try to get 3 to 5 opinions from people you trust, and you hope that they're dead on or right. And sometimes they're not, based on what you're looking for. And there's a certain style of hockey we want to play here, and I think for the most part we got the guys on board that need to play that way. And unfortunately, if there are guys that won't over some time here, then we'll certainly have to address that. But you're right, it's a crapshoot either way.
One of the guys that you had to be pretty excited about recruiting and penciling his name up on the board was Joel Broda. We haven't even got to the season, and we've already gotten somebody recalled to the American Hockey League. What kind of an update can you give us on Joel? We know he had an assist in last night's game in Oak City. Yeah,
I mean, he's been tremendous through camp. Obviously had a relationship with him from his Capital days, because he was a draft pick to theirs, and he was everything as advertised. He had a great camp in Oak City. I know the coaches loved him in Oak City when I left there, which scared me. And they needed a center. They had a center go down with a knee injury. He goes up, he plays well, and he certainly he won't be back. We got the word today. He won't be back through the weekend. So that is a hole we have to play fill right off the hop. Your best forward, in my opinion, is out of the lineup, and but it's part of that. When you're recruiting good hockey players at this level, you've got to expect movement, and he was one guy that we knew may be up and down all year.
You talked about guys needing to step up with Joel Broda out of the lineup. Broda, a centerman, guys moving up, Chase Shaver. But I want to get to the highlights now, if we can. If we can take a look at the highlights. The first goal here scored by another centerman, Gary Steffes. A pretty nice play, and you'll see on the video the cameraman can't even catch up. The shot goes so quick.
Yeah, I mean, Steph has been everything is advertised. You know, as we've gotten into camp, he's a guy that's tremendous work ethic. He's going to be a real solid two-way player. And if I went through our 23-man roster right now, and from my experience in the AHL, if I picked 5 guys that probably could be in the AHL right now, I would say Gary Steffes is one of them. And, you know, it's good for him. I think he's going to be a big part of the team. He's going to anchor the PK, and he'll see some power play time. And as you know, we only have 10 forwards dressed in the ECHL, so he'll get plenty of work once the games start Friday night.
These highlights coming from the Condors preseason win, and I call him Mark Recchi because he kind of looks like him down in the locker room, but Brett Lutz is back.
I mean, he's sweeping in the garbage. I mean, this is a beautiful goal, Coach.
Yeah, you know what? You know, I showed this clip this morning. We did some video with the guys, and you know, if you would rewound that a little farther, you would have seen a great breakout. Some guys driving the net, our weak side deactivating into that soft area where McCauley made the shot, and Lutzy going to the net. So it was a clip we actually showed this morning, how we want to play the game off transition. It results in a goal. And you know, Brett Lutz, I wouldn't say Lutzy's been a surprise to me, but certainly as a 31-year-old vet. You know, that's had, you know, has been around. He's come in. He's been everything positive. Good leader in the locker room. Has really come to play, and quite frankly, earned himself a roster spot and earned himself a shot to play Friday night. And that's what's going to happen.
That last goal scored by Nick Tremblay. If we can pause it right there, Nick Tremblay coming down from Oklahoma City. We kind of had a feeling over the summer. We wanted him to be in Oklahoma City. He signed in Oklahoma City, but he might potentially end up in Bakersfield. It must have been nice when you get that call from OKC saying, hey, Nick Tremblay's going to be in your lineup this week.
Yeah, you know, when J.O. and I dissected the roster when I got the job late June, you know, certainly he was a guy that we, you know, 100% want him back. You know, I'd heard rave reviews that he was arguably the best forward out in the West, and I did some selling job on him in terms of what we wanted to do here, what we want to accomplish, and, you know, he had a great camp in Oak City. I loved everything I seen down there, and I thought he was the best player on the ice Sunday for both teams. And you know what? When I had my individual meeting with him the next day, I said to him, you know, I thank you for that, because as a guy coming down from Oak City, little disappointment that he's not up probably. You know, he went out and worked hard and was the best player on the ice, where he maybe could have took the night off, just went through the motions, got a little sweat, and hit the shower. But he come to play that day, and he's going to be a big part of our team as long as we have him.
You know, there weren't many guys, not too many guys coming back from last season's team. Obviously, it's been a tough couple of years here on the ice. You know, curious at Nick Tremblay and maybe how excited he is to be a part of something that looks like, you know, looks like a pretty good team. I mean, let's be honest. Last year, a last place team. He comes in here. Obviously, this is a good market. What kind of feedback about the town did he give you, and how excited he might be to be a part of a winning product here in Bakersfield?
Yeah, I mean, you know, the players, there's never been any complaints about the city itself or the fan base or the front office staff. It's been positive all the way around. I mean, those he couldn't say enough. I mean, certainly there were some changes that he internally asked me that what would be made, and I think we've addressed everything that was a concern to not only him, but Eric Bergdorfer, Kyle Haynes, you know, the 3 or 4 guys we do have back, and all those concerns, and there weren't many. You know, obviously losing is never fun, and having a good team is something everybody wants. And we think we've addressed those 2 issues. And anything off the ice, you know, there was a couple minor concerns they've been taken care of. So I couldn't have been happier with the individual meetings from throughout the roster. Everybody seems happy and ready to go. And now it's all about winning hockey games here starting Friday night.
We can roll through these highlights some more here. We have a lot of good ones from the win on Sunday at Rabobank Arena.
Here it is.
How about this one? Boom!
And you're absolutely right. You know, Cunningham, he's an offensive guy. You can look at his point total. He's certainly a power play guy. And you're right. I knew he was a hard-working type of kid, but the fact that he'll fight, the fact that he'll step up with a key hit is really encouraging. And he told me that in the phone when we were recruiting him, and he's backed it up. And I think between him and Eric Bergdorfer, we've got a very young defense. And those 2 guys are going to anchor that back there and make sure log a lot of minutes and make sure we're on the right page all the time.
We can slow it down right here. It's a nice goal from Tyler Brenner. He goes back in a forehand off that rebound. What have you seen out of Brenner here in training camp? Because he came back after being reassigned last season and going into Toledo.
Yeah, you know what? Tyler and I had some earlier discussions in the summer, and his agent called me real late, and we chatted, and he's been a pleasant surprise. I had heard he had some tools that would make him valuable to potentially play in the AHL, and he's been great. Lutz, Steffes, and Brenner have been our best line, our most consistent line over the 2-week camp. I think those guys are going to start the year together here Friday night, and if those guys are your third line, I think that's a real good thing for us. And Brenner seems to have some chemistry. Steffes is making those guys, I think, raising their game between Lutz and Brenner, and he's got a tremendous shot. He's going to see some power play time, but he's been, I wouldn't say a complete surprise, but certainly a little bit of a surprise.
Those guys buzzing the net all night. They were fun to watch. It was a fun game to watch on Sunday. I think I speak for everybody here in Condors Town, Coach, when you say good luck here this weekend. We're all looking forward to it.
Well, thanks. We're looking forward to getting off to a great start, and the boys will be ready, and we just want to get those 2 points Friday night, and then we'll take it day by day, and then hopefully get a road win on Saturday and have a nice Sunday with the Booster Club.
There you go.
Have you picked out the shirt-tie combination for Friday night yet?
This is important stuff. It's opening night.
Yeah. I actually set my wife down to get some pocket squares. Who are.
Oh, there you go.
They're the in thing. They're the in thing right now. So I told my wife, you go set up the first 3 weeks of the season, and we're all set, buddy. You'll see Friday night.
All right, Coach. Coach, appreciate the time.
Hey, anytime, guys.
All right, thanks for stopping
very
in.
much.
First Coach's Corner of Condors Unleashed of the season. We'll have plenty more with Coach throughout the season right here on Condors Unleashed. Again, you're listening to Condors and watching Condors Unleashed. Fox Sports Radio 970 here at the Bakersfield, California, the Dignity Health Studios. We'll be back with Condors defenseman Wes Cunningham after this.